Hi, welcome to Ukulele Lessons Easy 1B. Today is an introduction to music theory and music notation. So, in music, there's a pattern that is used, and I just want to set something straight. If you take formal music lessons or formal music training, they're probably going to teach you differently. Keep in mind the way I'm going to teach you is more for that adaptation for ukulele, and basically for you to try to understand quicker. So I'm using things that we can relate to as opposed to teaching you music formally. Okay, so this is my version of teaching music, in other words. Okay, so in music theory and music notation, music follows a certain alphabetical pattern, and the pattern is this. All you got to do is memorize this pattern, and it repeats. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's it. And then it repeats. So, in other words, if it repeats, what do you think is going to come after the G if we got to go farther? Well, if it repeats, and that's it, then A has to repeat again. Okay? So, it would continue with the same pattern. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And if it repeated again, what do you think it would be? It would be an A again. A, B, C, etc. Now you're going to notice this more if you see a full-on piano. You're going to be able to see understand the notes better. Now, a lot of times in real music training, they might use the association with the keys of C. But however, I think this is easier to remember. Okay, so once again, the alphabetical pattern is from A to G, then it repeats, keeps repeating. A to G, repeat again. A to G, repeat again. So it keeps repeating this pattern all the time. The main thing to remember is this: always after G, you gotta repeat with the A. Always after the G, you gotta repeat with the A. Okay? That's what you want to remember. So, use that for now. So that's the basic musical pattern. So, we'll just say that when you're reading music, it follows the same pattern. Okay? Okay, so let's say we take it from here. You probably recognize that if you've been listening to the previous tutorial that talked about that being the C note, which is one of the notes on your ukulele open strings, and you should be memorizing. So if we're using the same concept that I just taught you, and we went up the musical staff over here, okay? We went up here. Using this same pattern, so we're right here right now, okay? That's where we're at. The C is right here. What do you think the next note is going to be? Okay, if you're following the same pattern, what the next note is going to be? Well, it's going to be a D. And then what do you think the next note is going to be? Following that same musical pattern. It's going to be an E. What do you think the next note is going to be? I think you might be catching on at this time. It's going to be an F. And the next note? G. Okay, and what did I say comes after G? Okay, remember we talked about if you go to G and you got to continue on, it's going to be an A. So, right here is your musical notes for the ukulele. I talked about this acronym, maybe you folks remember it. Girls can eat ants. And these are your 4 strings of the ukulele. G, C, E, A. See that? G, C, E, A. And if you have your syllabus handy, you can see at the top of the syllabus is that musical staff that shows you the musical notes. Okay? You right there? Okay, so that was your introduction to music theory and musical notation. I would strongly suggest backing up the tutorial, going through this again, maybe taking some notes of this, understanding the concept. Once again, we're going to go into much more in-depth study in the next course, which is Ukulele 2, the online course. But for now, just basically get yourself an introduction of understanding with this. By all means, back up the tutorial and listen to it as many times as you want and try to gain the better understanding. And when you're ready, we shall see you for the next lesson.